Hey everybody, this is Henry with the Film Blitz podcast. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. 61. Let's get to the Pixar film Elemental, which is streaming now on Disney Plus. It's directed by Peter Sohn, who also directed The Good Dinosaur, which I think is one of the worst Pixar movies. Sorry. But anyways, it stars Leah Lewis, Mamadou Athie, Ronnie Del Carmen, Catherine O'Hara, which I didn't even realize, and a few others, not a huge cast. And the synopsis is follows Ember and Wade in a city where fire, water, earth, and air residents live together. So I didn't catch this one in theaters. I saw it only after it came out on Disney Plus. I love Pixar as many do. I do think as many as well, probably, that Pixar has sort of lost it a little bit over the last decade or so. I think their last great movie was Inside Out, the first one. I'm looking forward to Inside Out 2. I'm hoping it's good. I also like Cars 3, but I think Inside Out is the last great one that they have done. And I was definitely looking forward to seeing this because not only do I like Pixar, I'm a big animation geek. And when there's great animation, I'm loving it. And I'll usually forgive a lot of flaws if the movie has amazing animation. And first off, this movie looks incredible. Like, probably one of the best looking animated films of the last decade, easily, aside from maybe like the Spider-Verse films and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. I think it's one of the best looking movies I've seen in a long, long time. Like the lighting, the design of the world itself, like the four element societies or parts of the city, which a little bit like, I guess it's kind of a mix between Zootopia and Inside Out in a way. Not always in a good way, but that's what it reminded me of. And overall, I think I liked the movie more so than some did. I don't think it's amazing, and I don't think it's one of their best, but I really thought it was charming, and I thought it flowed well. I like the voice performances, the music by Thomas Newman, who's worked a lot on James Bond and done a lot of great work over the years. Very, very good score. But with all that being said, the big flaws, and I think I'm in agreement with most here, is the story is definitely lacking. Like the animation blows all that out of the water, pun intended, because it really is. It's about a year old now, but the overall story of these two elements who fire and water who aren't meant to be together because of the society norms, and then it's sort of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, and people learn to appreciate other cultures and other parts of the civilization, whatever. Like it's very tried and true stuff we've seen many times before. So that part I can't really excuse. Not to say it's terrible, like it's done competently. Like I don't think there's anything really offensive about it, but for the most part, you can really see where things are going. And the fire element girl has this conflict with her dad, who's very traditional, and then you can kind of see where those paths are headed by the end. So the story, I think that's what is most frustrating with Pixar movies as of late, is generally the stories have been very lacking. The animation has continued to rise and go up and look amazing, but the stories, for whatever reason, I don't know if that's just them running out of ideas or them hiring the wrong writers or them just getting lazy, but I feel like most of the time I don't remember much about the stories or the plot in these films, whereas I feel like in early Pixar I really did, and it felt like the ideas were much more original. So that's too bad. It's still one that I could pop on easily. It's breezy, very still good messages, kind of learning to appreciate all kinds of people, evolving as a people. So all that is very good things to have in a kids animated film, but looking at it from afar and in comparison to other films by Pixar and other animated films, it's not that impressive. But I think one of the best parts animation wise is the look of the water. Probably one of the best moments is when they go to the water guy's, I guess Wade is his name, goes to his house or his apartment, and most of it's just like a pool, obviously enough, or predictably enough. That is a feast for the eyes, really. Like the lighting, I'm a sucker for good lighting. That's one of the reasons why I love Illumination entertainment films, is there's something about the lighting that just grabs me. And the shimmering of the city, the sunlight, the street lights, the look of fire, and all that, it really is pretty breathtaking. And I'm amazed how technology is able to do that. Not blown away, like surprised at this point, but like I'm always in awe of people who are able to create something like that and create a real world, which I think the movie does well. It's not as in depth or as creative or as fleshed out as something like Zootopia, which I love, but still very strong in a lot of ways. I wouldn't be upset if they do another one. I don't know if that's a plan or not, but still a pretty decent piece of the Pixar filmography. So that one is a 4 out of 5.